Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be talking about oily skin and how to stop the grease. I'm going to talk to you guys about really how to get that perfect foundation and not having the oily mess. I am a super greasy grease ball during the summertime. You know, I get the grease right here and mostly on my forehead, and it is a never-ending battle. But I have done specific things to help control the oil. Now I am well aware that I say the word oil wrong instead of oil. I was raised in the South, and girl, that's what we say. We say it's oil, okay? It's oil! Ain't that good? So you're just gonna have to bypass that in this video because I ain't changing for nobody. Also, I'm going to be talking about a lot of products that are great for oily skin. They will all be in the description box down below, so check that out before you leave. That way it can help you decide on what products you should be using. I will be talking about drugstore and high-end products, or I'll have them listed down below anyways. But yeah, this is, I don't have any lip product on. I completely forgot to put a lip product on. But this is the final look, and actually, like, looking at myself in the monitor right now, it's very matte and beautiful, and we're gonna get there. Subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on the little notification bell because that will let you know that Larlees has posted a video and that you should be watching it. Alright, we're gonna jump right in and get started. Okay guys, oh Lord, my nose is bleeding. I scratched myself. Okay guys, this is my skin you are looking at right here, super close up. This is my grease ball area, and occasionally right through here, which I think is like the typical, look at that. Please stop bleeding. Which I think is a pretty typical area to get oily throughout the day. So I'm going to teach you all my tips and tricks, and we're going to jump right in and get started. First off, I'm going to recommend to you guys wash your face. I know it may not feel like anything's on your face in the morning, but there is lots of grease and leftover residue from sleeping for 5 hours, however long you slept. Go ahead, wash it off, and begin with a clean start. Next step is moisturize, and you need to moisturize in a very specific way. Do not use a cream moisturizer if you have oily skin. I'm telling you, it is full of oil, and you're just packing oil on your already oily skin. There are so many great gel moisturizers out there that are water-based instead of oil-based that will hydrate your skin even more than a cream moisturizer. It just doesn't have oil in it. There are legit loads of gel moisturizers that are amazing, oil-free. They won't grease up your face, but they will moisturize it. They will end any dry skin and dry patches on your skin. Today, I'm going to be using Tarte's H2O, Drink of H2O. It is such a great gel moisturizer, very lightweight. Just 2 dots is good enough. And this just creates like a flawless base on your skin. Once that is done, I like to let that set in before I move on to the next steps. Just give it a minute, 60 seconds, something like that. And then we're gonna move on to priming the skin. This is a pretty important part. It creates a great barrier between your face and makeup. And if you use the right primer, it can help control the amount of oil you're producing. One that I love is the Anti-Shine Flawless Base by Natasha Denona. This one's great for oily skin. Then another one that's new that I'm loving is the Self-Adjusting Complexion Primer, Shine Control by Urban Decay. Today I am going to go ahead and use the Urban Decay one. I'm literally just going to do a small pea-size amount, nothing cray-cray, and then I like to rub it in the fingers, and I only apply it to areas they get a little greasy. I literally don't cake my whole face in it. It's not your foundation, it's just your base. And you know, you don't want to use too much product. Next, we'll go ahead and move on to foundations. You really want to look and make sure that your foundation is oil free. You want to make sure it doesn't have a lot of sunscreen in it, although that is great for protecting your skin from the sun. Sunscreen usually leaves a greasy mess all over my face. Granted, if I know I'm going to be out in the sun all day, I'll just go ahead and add sunscreen and say, you know what, it's going to be a greasy day to protect my skin. But if I'm going to be indoors all day, honey, I skip it. 2 drugstore ones I don't have on hand because I can't find them because I am a cluttery mess is the Pro Matte Infallible by L'Oreal, and then the Matte and Poreless by Maybelline, and then 2 higher end ones that I'm loving is the this is the Makeup Forever, and then the Clinique Beyond Perfecting. These are both really great foundations. Today I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever stick. This is in 155. So I'm going to show you a way of doing your makeup and not using too much. Doop. A little bit on the chin, a little here, a little there. And then 1 stripe, and then we're going to work on blending this out. Now be careful with your precious friend called the Beauty Blender, because It retains water. Obviously, you wet them and you're pressing water into your skin. You're adding more hydration. You're adding more water, which could leave you a little bit more greasy. So I personally like to use an Artiste brush. This is a little palm brush, or just like a kabuki or something like that to blend my makeup out with. Today, I'm just going to use the palm brush and go ahead and blend it out. Now, if you notice, I have not added foundation around my under eye. I couldn't think of what that's called because I'm crazy. Also, make sure you're washing your brushes. I mean, it's 2017. We all know to wash our brushes, and if you're not doing it, you can be putting bacteria on your face and old grease, old makeup, just caking it on every day. In conclusion, which could leave you with more breakouts. I should be a lawyer. So good. Now, I could have taken the foundation and added it right here and under here, but I'm going to go ahead and put concealer there anyways, and same rule applies to your concealer. Make sure it's oil free and not too thick and cakey if you're dealing with oily skin. Because I'm going to add coverage to that area anyways, I'm not going to double up on makeup. I'm not going to put foundation and concealer. If you have dry skin, you might be able to get away with this much easier, but if you have oily skin, this is a good way to skip out on the grease. I'm not going to use as much product as I normally would because I want to be a good example for my friends with oily skin. As you've seen on Instagram and all you girls that you love to watch doing makeup tutorials, including myself. I'm not saying you love to watch me do makeup tutorials. I'm getting to a point. I myself will use a little bit of an oil to blend out a cream contour and highlight. It really helps the product move easier. If you have oily skin, don't be doing that, girl. Don't do it. And you might want to stick with powder contour, which is just as beautiful as cream contour. So I'm just going to take this little brush and just tap that out. Man, I am spitting some truth. The next step I'm really going to suggest to you guys is setting your foundation. This is probably one of the most crucial steps of the game. Concealer, foundation. If you put on a cream, be sure and set it. I had a history of not doing that myself, and I would add a little concealer to my under eye, and literally because I didn't set the concealer, it would snatch little pigments from my mascara, and I would have black running down my face, and it's because there was no powder there to stop the mascara grease from blending into my concealer. I was looking a mess. Another mistake people can make with setting their foundation, I know what you're thinking, how can you make a mistake with that? Well, if you set it with a foundation powder, it will be beautiful, but you're in for a heavier outcome. You're going to be wearing way more makeup. It's doubling up on foundation. Foundation powder and a foundation is just double the coverage, double the makeup, double the oil. I highly recommend finding more of a translucent type powder that's merely for oil control and setting the makeup. A setting powder, not a foundation powder. You can read on things. Long lasting pressed powder. Okay, cool. This one doesn't say it, so it's just making me look like an idiot. It's a setting powder though, and then this one is the perfect setting powder, one of my favorites from CoverFX. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Rimmel one today. Take my Morphe E41 brush and really just go ahead and, girl, we're going to lock it in. If you want to add a little extra setting powder to the forehead or the areas you specifically get extra oily, by all means, get on in there. So here is my foundation set. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of a powder bronzer because like I said before, you want to use a powder bronzer, not like the cream contour if you're really fighting the oily battle. Also, the more shimmer and shine your products have within them, like the luminosity primers, the shimmery bronzers, the really sparkly blushes, they can really enhance the oily look. If you already have that natural glow coming from in, you might want to stick with a little bit more of a matte product. This makeup's also, because you've set it and you've used all these products that don't slip and slide off the face, it's gonna last longer. I got you, girl. For my oily girls out there, I'm not saying like don't wear a highlight, don't wear anything shimmer on your face. Yes, it can enhance the oily look, but if you are gonna wear a highlight, let's make sure we never are taking it down too far into this vicinity because girl, just make sure and really focus it right here and just not really go, you know, much further. So the makeup still looks beautiful, you know, and it's not nearly as much makeup as I would typically wear because this is the winter time, is my time of month I can get away with it. In the summertime, girl, it is not a game. So last but certainly not least is setting your makeup with a setting spray. I don't always do this. I'll use my MAC Fix Plus, which isn't necessarily for making the makeup last and help with oil control, or my Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist, same difference. It doesn't really help with that. Setting your makeup with an oil control setting spray, there's a lot of them out there on the market. NYX makes a great one. Urban Decay has the D-Slick. It's an oil-free, which you want to make sure your setting spray is. And that way the foundation is really locked in place and you don't have to worry about it moving. All right guys, this is the final look. I really love the way the makeup came out. It's super matte, but it doesn't look too fakey or like too cakey either. And I hope my tips and tricks helped you guys out. And I'll see you all in my next video. Subscribe before you leave today. Girl, you better set that face. Woo! All right. Manny has said we can't give away that.
You cannot give it away.
Girl. It makes you more successful wearing it. Your following is going up wearing the hat.